Well, Happy New Year, love.
Oh,
Mwah!
you monkey.
I know.
Fred.
Oh, sorry. Hello, viewer. Happy New Year to you, 2023. Although I don't think we've got anything to look forward to because of the war in the Ukraine, the cost of living, COVID-19, flu, shortage of beds in hospital. I could go on, but I won't. So as long as you have a healthy New Year, forget anything else. It's health that matters.
United have won 6 on the trot.
Oh, well, there you go. There's a bit of good news for Red.
But it's a while since we've been on, Fred.
It
A
is.
lot has happened. But it's Feast of the Epiphany today.
Yes, January the 6th, the day where you can officially take down
Christmas decorations in your tree.
And what exactly was the epiphany moment for you, Flynny?
This year?
Yeah.
Well, last year, I think it was when Eric Van Tag got appointed manager.
Really?
Possibly. Been that many ups, downs, disappointments, hasn't it, really?
Of course, the epiphany is not about football, it's about the Magi.
Frankincense, golden myrrh.
Yeah, bringing it to Jesus, so myrrh.
Baby Jesus. You have to nod your head and
baby
say
Jesus in a stable in Bethlehem.
He was, yeah.
And they presented the
Rode into town on a donkey. A monkey.
I don't think they did.
A monkey. Yeah. Count Armstrong said that, not me, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, since we last spoke to you, a lot's going on. Some good, some bad, some sad.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid I've got to start with a little bit of sad news. One of our good friends, Bridge Louise, stalwart lady of Odsall, she died and before Christmas. Her funeral is the 12th of January, 1 o'clock at Manchester Crematorium. Now, the family have asked if you're attending, would you wear purple? The fact being that Bridge was a Man United fan.
Yeah.
Now, her husband, Jeff, was a City fan.
So you mix them together.
So you mix them together, you get purple.
Or mauve.
And they want it to be a celebration of her life, not maudlin and gloomy and, you know.
Purple is also the colour of royalty in the Roman Empire.
Is it?
Yeah, they all wore purple, all the top jollies.
Well, that's right. Bridge, we loved you, we did.
And
we wanted you to come on the show, didn't we?
She was going to come on the show to talk
was.
about her cancer. She was very brave. And then sadly, it wasn't to be and she passed away. But our thoughts are with the family and everybody else. So God bless you. God bless you.
A few other people do think deserve a mention, Fred.
Go on.
Sammy Bellamy.
Oh, Sammy Bellamy. 500 meals from 3 barley loaves and 2 fishes.
That's the same woman.
Oh,
She
no.
did. No vinegar with the chips. No.
There you
Piss
go.
poor.
It lacks acidity, doesn't it, without the vinegar?
She did a marvellous job, to be quite honest, in managing to pull off 500 meals, not people.
She deserves a Dame Hood.
NBA, Fred.
MBE.
Told her that.
Yeah.
500 people, five gateways in Eccles. We went down, didn't we, Cal?
Yeah.
We filmed one.
Yeah.
We refused a meal. We did.
Not like you.
No, I didn't like it, friend. But there was music on, Tony Nichols, Tickling the Ivories,
Oh, yeah.
bingo. Everyone went home with a prize, which was great.
Yeah.
Selection box and a little something.
I got a TV.
Yeah, that was from reception.
Oh, talking about prizes, let me give you your New Year's prize. This is for you. There you go. Hang on, you've not finished yet. And
Prizes.
there's a box full of treacle toffee there, a little bag full.
A bag full of treacle toffee.
And look what I've got, Flynny. Ta-da!
Yay!
What do you mean?
Lovely. No, seriously, you know, yeah.
You've not been able to get hold. Do you know why they've been rare trying to get hold of Rennies? Do you know why?
The Ukraine.
That's right. I thought it was a joke, that, but it's true. Apparently, some of the stuff in there is only manufactured or made in the Ukraine. So consequently,
Thank you.
they not only get upset, Tommy, they get upset because they can't get them.
Well, we've got presents for you, which we will give you later on.
Okay, I'll accept them later.
You will have them later. Now, I've been asked to mention, we're a bit late. Jake's Diner's opened today in Eccles. It's in the precinct, the old market hall where it used to be Lou's stall. Remember, we got some hot pot.
Oh yeah, from Betty.
And we did pay. We'd paid.
Yeah, you did. You brought it for me. What was the name, the lady?
Lou, was it?
Yeah,
Lou?
it was just like me. No, it wasn't Lou.
Was it not Lou?
Just like my mum's hot pot it used to be.
Nice.
Oh, Betty's hot pot on Coronation Street.
Well, this young lad, I don't know the man, Jake, has taken over the mantle, and good luck, lad. And if we finish here early enough, we might pop down and see if we can get any free food.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
So, Jake, keep us a plate.
What's he selling, Jake?
I'm hoping, if there's any sense, fiscal sense, he'll keep running on the same ship as she had it.
You
with-
realise, of course, you're estranging yourself from people like Irvis Zakanaladjic.
No.
And you're estranging yourself from David Hill from the Leaf Bean and Pod because you're bringing somebody else into the equation now. What are you trying to do, Flynny? Get 7 days a week free grub or a Red Cross food parcel?
Can I just say, I went to McDonald's as well in West 1.
He did.
And I asked for a cheeseburger, double cheeseburger. And the woman said, "Do you want cheese on that?" I said, "Well, yeah, because otherwise it's just a double burger, isn't it?" And I had this big conversation about it, and they still gave me a double cheeseburger without cheese.
What a life.
You've always been an epicure, haven't you? Something of
What
a
a
true
life,
gourmet.
What a life.
McDonald's.
Gutted. Gutted.
And
Spoil up my New Year, that.
last night we was with the Barton Theatre group.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
Three
you're
Musketeers.
supposed to say,
oh, no, you
it
wasn't.
Oh yes, I was.
Was it Panto?
It will be. Yeah.
Right.
Starts tonight at the Lowry Theatre.
Right.
And it's until Sunday evening. This afternoon performances. Please go down because the enthusiasm was great, and there's a Duke of Salford in it.
You're joking. Was there ever such a creature?
Never. And he's a baddie.
There was the Duke of Bridgewater.
The Duke of Fuller's Earth. You don't mind views on that. Well, anyway, support your local arts.
Arts.
Arts, ARTS.
Yeah,
and
it's
try
made
and
it sound like
see it,
arts.
try and see it, and yeah, it's good people.
Who were the Three Musketeers?
Artos,
Paphos.
Pathos. No, Pathos is Greek. Then, wasn't it? D'Artagnan. He wasn't one D'Artagnan, was he?
No, he wasn't.
That's a trick. Perpignan.
Aramis
Aramis.
Renault.
Portos.
and Athos.
I said Athos.
You said Pathos.
Yeah, well.
Well,
Pathos is
what's
like
the P
sad.
between friends?
Yeah. And who were the reindeers then?
Oh, God.
Come on, it's festive. Who were the reindeers?
Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Hitler,
Blixen.
Blitzen, Donner, Blitzen, Nuremberg.
Who
Triumph.
was the female reindeer?
I have no idea.
Gertrude.
Reindeer.
Olive.
Olive?
Olive, the other reindeers cried and shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
I bet you're glad you've missed us.
Hey, who's this woman that's whinged about us saying there's too much drinking going on and we've got to put a warning on?
I'm glad you've mentioned that, Fred, because I'm going to tell you now. I put a little plea on. Not a plea, it's a question. I said, because we are going strong, aren't we, Carlicans? We get a lot of viewers. Is it 40,000 a week or so? Is it something like that?
Yeah, quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
So we said, there's a lot of people. Whereabouts in the world are you watching?
Right.
Now I'd like to read this out.
Before you do, our
well,
guest today should have been Keith Shepherd, who toured with the Four Just Men, and he toured with the Beatles and that. He was going to be our guest, but sadly his lady friend, Kate Ward, has had an accident and she's broken her ankle seriously, and she's in hospital up in Burnley. So he couldn't make it. He's full of apologies, but we understand, Keith, not a problem. Kate, get well soon. Carry on, Flynny.
Before you do, can I just dispel some rumours as well about the alcohol?
Yeah.
Freddie's drinking dandelion and burdock.
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
Tony has a very mild shandy, and that's alcohol free.
Yep.
Just putting that out there. We're
And
totally teetotal.
And that is bleach.
Yeah.
Oh, that's off Glenn Kennedy. Thanks, Glenn. He's got
Oh,
us
yeah,
some Guinness
Glenn Kennedy, thank you.
and some
Guinness. And some Stellas.
Chardonnay, cognac, finest brandy. Best thing in the world if you've had a heart attack.
Is it?
Not, is it, heck? It's a stimulant. Whiskey's good, it's a blood thinner, but not brandy. But having said all that, I'll be laughing, dying.
You will be.
I'll die laughing.
The best bet, really.
Throw more brandy. Ha 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 ha! One of my favourite films of all time. Throw more brandy. Throw more brandy. Jack Lemmon, Tony Curtis,
Oh, yeah.
Natalie Wood.
The Apartment.
No,
No.
The Great Race.
Oh, that's not that great
Fantastic
film. That was a
film.
good film. It was a good film.
There's a tree in the forest.
You've missed us, haven't you? I want to tell these people worldwide, I want to thank them, Fred.
Our listeners
Strap yourself
and
in.
viewers.
John Briley,
Where from?
he's in Thailand.
Ah,
Andy Bolden reckons he's in Koh Samui, same place.
yeah.
We've got the fragrant Debbie Jones. Debbie?
Was she back in California?
She's back in the West.
Broke your heart when she left again, didn't it?
Showed me a tenner.
I don't know why you bother with her.
A good Salford lad, Neil Halsall, and he lived in Ireland for a while. He's living in Marin County, California.
I've been to Marin County.
I've asked him to come on the show, and he said he will.
How's
He's
he going
got
to
a
do
lot
that?
to
What, when he's
tell.
over here?
He's here visiting.
I used to go a lot down Garden Grove, Orange County,
No?
where the choppers, you remember the chopper people that made them?
What, the
Sorry
film?
about the motorcycles,
Oh,
you
right, sorry.
bent bugger. Anyhow, I used to go down there. It was fun. Freddie's Anchor Bar. I had some great times over in the States.
John Pennington, he's in Tauranga, New Zealand.
That's a bit flash,
Nice
isn't it?
lad, John. I like him.
Bit flash, that. Pennington flash.
Pennington, God. Lucas Stello's in New Zealand. Come on, say it.
Aye,
Abbott, no doubt,
Yeah.
or something like that. Robert Taylor and his partner Adam, he lives in Toowoomba in Queensland. They've got a motel there. And he said if we ever pass him, we can call him.
G'day, you galah. Welcome to Queensland. Nice to see you. Do you know in America they have accents like, the drawl of a Texan and all that, and then you've got the Chicago accent, and the New Yorker. And in England we have Geordies, we have Irish, we have Welsh and all that lot. But do you know in Australia there is no accents.
Is it not?
You can live New South Wales, Perth, wherever you want, and it's still the same. They all talk like that.
Only 200 people live there, isn't there?
Well,
300.
kangaroos.
My brother went.
Yeah, and a special good day to Mary Hinson and her husband Adrian, wishing you a happy new year too. They normally live in Oz, but they're over in Leicester now. 6 months here, 6 months there. So, happy new year to you too.
Okay. Erica Radcliffe, the Isle of Man. Thanks for the book, Erica. She sent me a book this week.
That sounds familiar, Eric.
Jean Quinn Sadler lives in the southeast of Spain. She's a bit vague as to where, which makes me think she's on witness protection
Buenos
scheme.
dias, señora. Yo te quiero, yo te adoro. Arriba, arriba, yo, hundale. Ha ha.
Well, as they say, she's on the witness protection scheme.
Yeah.
Phil Scarhill, my good chum, he's in Torrox.
Hilarious.
Same fella.
Yeah.
Cheryl
Phil.
Burbeck in Belgium.
That's Blankenberg where they have bikes with square wheels.
It's a shame, innit?
The Low Countries, they used to call them at school. They always fascinated me. Why?
Should have gone somewhere nice.
They're Flemish, aren't they? They're not actually French. They don't speak
know.
Flemish or something.
Gary Howarth, South Sea.
South Sea, whereabouts?
Portsmouth.
Oh, I thought you meant the South Seas, like, there is nothing like a dame, nothing in the world.
Thomas
Hang
Warburton.
on, there is nothing like a dame, that is... Go on.
Thomas Warburton, he lives in the Netherlands, Almere. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Is he
It's like,
related to
this reminds me of two-way family favourite.
Yeah.
Sister Jean and Eric, and lives in a
Cliff-
Nissan in
Cliff Mitchellmore, Gene Metcalf,
dreadful, wasn't it?
and BFPO. No, it wasn't.
Ruined
It
my
was-
Sundays.
No, it fulfilled a need because of all our servicemen, BFPO and all that. They could
Shouldn't
send
have joined up
messages
then.
to. They were all in Aden or in Cyprus guarding the potatoes.
Christine Hyde of Cheshire. She says we drink too much.
Hang on. Is this the one that's whinged?
That's the one.
Now, is it Christine from Hyde in Cheshire or it Christine Hyde?
Christine Hyde.
Sounds
from
like
Cheshire.
a Dr. Jekyll to me rather than a Hyde.
She said, Fred,
What?
we drink too much.
Well, I'll drink to
We
that.
will. What do you reckon, viewers?
I reckon she should hide away, that Christine. I'm telling us we drink too much. What's it got to do with her?
Simon McGovern, he lives in Chesterfield. He's a good lad, Simon.
That's a good old Irish
Paul
name.
Kenny, my old mate, in Newcastle.
Why, aye, bonny lad.
The fragrant Dorothy Taylor in Orkney.
Oh, aye, yeah. You got it wrong, didn't you? You said it was somewhere like the Shetlands. Yeah.
I got reprimanded.
She's what they call Orcadian.
She would be. Yeah. She walks with a
They have
limp.
a paper up there, a daily paper called the Orcadian.
The occasional Accordion.
Yeah, the occasion like Orcadian, yeah.
And finally, but not least, my niece, Francesca Flynn, who lives in Perth, does a wonderful job working with the environment. She watches.
Really?
Is she the one that ruined the Great Barrier Reef?
No,
been bleach
she
on
did the,
it?
what do you call it? What's it called? That mountain that glows, Ayers Rock.
Yeah,
When she was setting them fires, tyres on it and all that, yeah.
Ulu.
Uluru.
Oh, she's from bloody Star
Is it
Wars.
Uluru or Ulu?
Uluru.
Oh, I beg your pardon too.
But the main thrust of today's show is music. But 60s, 70s. For me, it was inspired, and hopefully Fred, by watching a documentary about Tamla Motown the other evening and the 65 tour of Great Britain. What a fabulous show.
What it just...
I'd have loved to have seen that packet tour. Oh my. Did you?
What, the offers, isn't it?
Give order. You'd have been 9.
No, it was the Stax package tour you're talking about.
Motown Stackage.
Oh no, I wasn't in that one, but I was in with the Stax one with Otis Redding and Sam and Dave when they were at the Apollo in Hardwick.
Yeah.
Oh, I was living it with them. Yeah, had some great times.
That chap, they all have to doff the cap to Dave Rodin. Rodin, how do you pronounce him?
Grodin.
Grodin. That's how he's got a lisp.
Talk like that. He says, "What do you want about this stuff here? We don't play that sort of stuff down here. That's that soul up there in the north. That's that Northern Soul." And he created the name Northern Soul. I was playing Northern Soul in 1966 at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Wardour Street, Soho, in the West End of London. And I was playing stuff like Darryl Banks, Open the Door to You.
Yeah.
We call it Club Soul. Now, there's a lot of guys been responding to the music I've been putting on Facebook, but they're all disc jockeys, the majority.
Death threats.
I've had Pete Smith, Barry Tasker, George Andrew, loads of them, Tony Just, responding. And the stuff I'm putting on is what we played in the 60s. That's why I've done it, not for any other ulterior motive other than to put on the sounds that today's generation can acclimatise themselves with and be introduced to it, because it was good stuff.
Do you know where the name Tamla came from?
It's something to do with Berry Gordy's family, isn't it?
Close.
Go on.
Not quite. Motown came from Motortown, which
Yeah.
supposed to. But Tamla, Debbie Reynolds was in a film, and there was a song called Tammy.
Over the cotton mills, da, da, da. Tommy's in love. Debbie Reynolds. She was married to Eddie Fisher, wasn't she? And she was the mother of Carrie.
She was?
They died within
Carrie
weeks of
Fisher.
each other, didn't they? They died within weeks of each other.
Can't
Go on then, carry on with
No,
the...
I'm just saying that was it.
Tamla.
And the very first single which I found on Motown was apparently Barrett Strong doing
Money.
1959.
It was. And the Beatles did a
Beatles
cover
covered
version
it.
of it.
They
And
did
so did
indeed.
Byrne Elliott and the Fenmen. Yeah, all that stuff. Good stuff.
So you used to DJ these clubs in Manchester. I'm fascinated by them. The Jungfrau, Oasis, The Wheel. There's a clue coming up in a minute. Have you DJ'd at all of them, or was you frequenting them?
No, I frequented the Oasis.
Yeah.
I frequented the Jungfrau. I've played at the Twisted Wheel. I played at the renewed Twisted Wheel that Pete Roberts had in Whitworth Street. But the original Twisted Wheel, I first went in way back in about 1962, it must have been. And it was the Left Wing Coffee Bar. I'd be 13 years of age, and I went in with my sister. Because what you need to understand, viewer, is that coffee bars were the predecessors of discotheques. Prior to that, there was nothing. It was all jazz. The three J's that was the Oasis, or the two J's, the Bodega, they all played jazz. It was very, very, very big jazz.
So,
Personally, I can't understand it.
MSG.
Well, Manchester Sports Guild, of course, another one that was playing jazz. But the jazz that I like I like Sing, Sing, Sing. It was written by Louis Prima, and they played it in 1938 at the Carnegie Hall. Gene Krupa was on drums. That is a fantastic piece. Now, if that's jazz, I love it. Somebody once described jazz as a load of musicians playing different instruments, but just managing to finish at the last time.
Yeah, different
I don't
sounds.
understand
Yeah,
it. I don't knock it, don't get me wrong, because the enthusiasm for jazz is paramount. Even today, people still love it. And I like Dave Brubeck and people like that, and Floyd Kramer, Catch You on the Rebound, all that sort of stuff.
What were the big hits though when you were? You're not much older than me, I know, but 64, 5. What would you say were the?
The Supremes, Baby Love, Where Did Our Love Go?
I'm going to give Fred a present,
Yeah,
You talked about the Twisted Wheel.
I did.
This is your life, even.
Well, surprise,
I had to
surprise.
send away for this.
He's here with us tonight. I'm at to open it.
Look at it out.
He's wrapped it as well.
Wrapped it.
Well, it's not in newspaper.
What do you mean he's wrapped it? He said, here's a present off the shelf. It's not for you, it's for someone else. that was the wrapping we knew.
There's a link here between music and clubs and,
Fantastic.
He's not even
Fantastic. I have.
Good. What's
Brasenose Street. Now, I put something on.
What's it called, the album? Tell him.
The Twisted Wheel. Whitworth Street, Manchester. Do you know who that guy is on the front?
Roger Eagle. I met him. No.
Did you?
Well, I know him.
He was
I
at
met him.
the Jigsaw as well, Roger.
He did the Eric's in Liverpool.
Do you know what he died
There's a
of?
booklet in there.
Well, that's fantastic. Thanks, Flynny. The Twisted Wheel, Brasenose Street. Now, I put on it Brasenose and spelt it like brass. There you are. Fair swap, that, innit?
Hey, tell you for like rocking horse
Yeah.
poo.
Brasenose.
You happy with that, young Freddy?
Oh, I am. What's the tracks on it?
It's on the back, Jack.
Oh, you don't get with disc, you just get a cover.
Oh, yeah, That's a bit extra for that.
Bobby Bland, you know what he was famous for?
Being blind.
Let the little girl dance.
Sing us a few through it, Fred.
The Sharpies, to be honest, Little Richard.
See,
Bobby
ones.
Martian.
Early ones. I'm going to take a musical journey in a minute. Not
Bo
to the
Diddley.
toilet. Oh, Bo Diddley.
Mitch Ryder and the Detroit
Detroit
Wheels.
Wheels.
They
Love
was
it.
big at the Barbarella, used to play that a lot.
Before we do the music, can I just give my things out?
Yeah.
Just
All right, yeah.
just get them out of the way.
Benny Spellman.
Just get it over there.
What was he famous for?
Magician.
Went to the fortune teller, had my fortune read.
Everyone did that song, didn't they?
Every band in the 60s that went on stage live played that.
Don't expect miracles.
Robert Plant did a great version with Alice
He did.
Krauss.
Robert Plant was never my bag, but you know, I know that you
hang
did.
on, look at this.
I went to Tony's the other day and I noticed he must have had some glue on his keyboard because it was really sticky and the keys were really stuck together.
Like
So-
them mucky books he's got under the bed.
I don't know what he does with it. Glue.
I don't know what he does with it.
I'm assuming he sniffs it. But so I got him a wireless keyboard and mouse there.
Oh,
There you go.
So I don't have to plug it in.
You've not got the batteries. Fred, I got you a pair of socks and a Batman mug.
oh thanks. Bat socks.
This.
Can you tell I put loads of effort into this? And I got you both. Oh, I got Fred something else as well.
Any booze? Any booze?
The,
Any booze? No.
Glengetty.
Tea bags.
I
But the
thought there was
the
another
Welsh-
thing of Glen Kennedy then.
The Welsh.
Glengetty.
I thought it was a whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glen
so
Getty.
there's them as well.
I hope he's not
The
got me
Welsh
then.
tea bags. And I got you both matching Batman hip flasks.
Oh, that'll be good. That will be able to have a bat drink out of the bat flask and upset Christine Bat Hyde.
That is.
You see, you thought your present was bad. Mine's even
Yeah,
worse.
That's very thoughtful.
I'm
of you,
underwhelmed.
Carl. I'm overwhelmed.
Wonder said.
No, I know. I'm over. I can't go the same as you, Flynny. Somebody's got to give the lad some credit.
No, thank you,
Underwhelmed.
Carl. That's nice, that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is there a...
You know me and Flynny are straight. You know that, don't you?
Is there a receipt
We're
with
both
it?
straight.
But you were kissing.
Well, no. That's by the by. We're just wishing each other happy New
Thank
Year.
you. Should we miss him? Cheers, Carl.
Cheers.
That's nice.
God bless you, Carl.
And he's got a dirty big bag of presents off Glenn.
I'm gonna open
He's
them.
hid them in the car.
But not, they're there.
All right. Can we go back to the music for a second?
Yes, sorry.
Go on, carry on.
Right, Fred, close your eyes. You're not having these, is it, man? I bet every household in Britain had this album.
Tell me when to open my eyes.
Go open them.
What is soul? Da 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 da. Carla Thomas is on that.
Every album you can sing.
Give me the
B-A-B-Y, baby.
Baby, Carla Thomas. Go
Well,
on.
thanks, Sally. Wilson Pickett.
Yeah, give me the artist and I'll name the other one who it is.
What do you want the artist or the song?
Surprise me.
What is soul?
That was Benny King.
Land of a Thousand Dancers.
Wilson Pickett.
Correct. Warm and Tender Love.
Percy Sledge.
I never loved a man the way I love you.
Oh,
Fred.
the woman. Like
Shut
Aretha
up,
Franklin.
It was. Keep looking.
Pass.
Solomon Burke. I got everything I need.
I'm an artist. I don't look back. Bob Dylan.
Sam and Dave.
Do you know they never
that
got
album was a cheap one when it came out.
You're right, though, Flynny.
12 and 6, I think that was.
And who's that on the front?
Wilson Pickett, I do believe.
Is it?
I think it is.
Land of a Thousand Dances.
Few more for you,
What
Freddie.
programme did it introduce?
It wasn't top. It wasn't.
Na 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 na. Need someone to help me sing it one time. Na 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 na
Was it
na
an American
na
programme?
na na na. What?
Was it American?
No, it was
program?
English,
Here comes
British.
the hot step.
I'll give you a clue. The lady that introduced it married Michael Ball.
Kathy Kirk. Oh, no, hang on. I didn't mean. She was fitter.
She was fit, but what was her name? And I'm not letting you have Kathy Kirby
You're not
twice.
thinking of Ready, Steady, Go.
You're right, I am.
It wasn't that. That
was.
it. No, it was The Weekend Starts Here with the traffic lights and a scooter. And
Yeah, ready, steady, go. The weekend starts here. Kathy McGowan and
I
Keith
just said all that,
Fordyce.
but I don't think it was Land of a Thousand Dancers.
Yes, it was. And she used to do that with a face. Na, 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 na. Trust me, Flynny.
I will trust you.
My memory is perfect. It's just the body that's wearing out.
And his wallet.
Mine, you
Few
forget.
more, Fred. Do you remember this one?
Go on. Let's have a look. Yes, I do. This is Sue. Oh, Roy Head, treat her right. If you practice my method,
good as
just
it,
as hard
my
as you
friend.
can.
Rare label, that, Fred. See?
It is.
I was going to bring my portable record player down, and he said, "Don't put that in the car."
I
They'll
can,
laugh
I
at
can
you.
insert the music in the background.
Harlem Shuffle now I put on.
Ooh,
Was there
to
ever
the
an
left.
introduction that would welcome you into the Twisted Wheel other than Bob and Earl, the Harlem Shuffle? The entrance to it was fantastic.
You move it to the left. Hey, I nearly had the note then, didn't I?
Yeah,
That's
you
that
did.
fair.
Bobby
Yeah,
Parker now, I remember.
Barefooted?
him. Well, no, it's not on this, it's
it?
Watch Your Step. But I used to play the B-side. Let's go, baby, where the action is.
Yeah, remember that.
Great number. Boney Maroney, Larry Williams. Never really got into that. He was MGM.
more of a
Barry.
fella, wasn't it?
The Last Minute, Jimmy McGriff. Don't remember
There's
that.
some
Bare
other-
Footing's on here, Robert Parker. Let the Good Times Roll. There was another monster I used to play at the Barbarella called Let the Good Times Roll by Bunny Siegler.
Bunny Siegler,
On Cameo
yeah.
Parkway. A monster. They used to love
Come
it, stuff
on,
like
baby,
that.
let the good time.
And then I played this thing by Arthur Conley called Funky Street.
Hmm.
And this fella, I thought he'd collapsed or something because it was all new stuff in there. And he starts doing cartwheels. George Monk's his name was. Pat Griffin will remember him. All the guys, and Ken Lampert, they'll remember him all from the Barbarella. And I thought he looked like epileptic. He was on the dance floor going all over. And then not long after that, it all caught on. And that would be 1970. So prior to 1970, I don't ever remember anybody doing backdrops and splits.
This
and all that.
is more of a 70s one for you, Fred. Soul, scorching soul.
Go on, who's on it?
Box tops,
Oh, I never
soul
saw
deep.
them
I
as a soul
wouldn't
band.
have said them as a soul, actually.
No.
Let's have a look. Lee Darcy's on it.
Which one?
Get Out of My Life.
Do you know when I was down the pit
Sweet
at Edgecroft
Inspiration, Johnny Johnson.
and the bandwagon?
The Delphonics, Robert Knight, James and Bobby Purifier, Shake a Tail Feather, obviously.
Yeah. I liked Do Unto Me by them. It was good. But when I worked down the pit, I was on the surface one night on the switchboard. I didn't want to go in the south. It was wet, raining. Now that sounds daft. But in the southern district of Agecroft Colliery,
Is it dark?
nearly a mile, oh, it's pitch black, nearly a mile underground, it was raining in from the Irwell and everything else. You used to wear like a pack-a-mac, and honest to God, on my life, I'm not pulling your legs, wellies with steel toe caps. It was that wet. And just to get out of it, I said, I'll do the switchboard because the switchboard guy ain't turning. So I did that, and it was a cushy night. And I rang up Radio Luxembourg, and at the time it was Noel Edmonds. And I said to him, do us a favour, for all the hard-working lads down the pit at Agecroft Colliery, can you tell me when you're going to do it, because I'm going to pipe it down the pit. He said, are you serious? I said, yeah. He says, right. He said, let's do it for 1 o'clock, straight after the news. I says, right, you're on. So I got everything ready. I put all the switches to the top levels and bottom levels on the tannoy, and I put the microphone there, and then it came on. And then they're all working in a coal
Lee
mine,
Darcy.
going down. That's right. And the next morning, after the shift had finished at 6 o'clock,
You got sacked.
no, I got told off. This fella called Horton, horrible fella he was. He was the under manager.
Amen.
And if you're watching Horton,
Yeah.
anyway, he gave me a right hard time. He said, are you the clown that put music down the coal mine? And just as he said that, Warby came round, the under manager from the south. He said, hey, Fred, fantastic. Got my lads calling tonight. He said, we're with a record, fantastic. So he didn't have a go at me. He couldn't, because one fella can't condemn me and the other fella praised me.
So,
But every time we get together at Agecroft, we always meet up in the North Place up in Bolton. Alex Channon, who's been our guest, organised
Yeah,
it.
good man.
And
That
every
was
time we meet,
football.
somebody will say, oh, I remember you playing that, working in a coal mine, going down
so
the
you
pit.
increased productivity.
According to Warby we did, but I think Horton, where he was in the Rogers team in the North, I think he had a bad night, so that's why he was needled. Yeah, but, you know, it's one of the things. This memory, invocation from music. Everybody, you'll hear a song and you'll think, oh, that takes me
course.
back. That takes me back.
This
Either
may
for
take you
good-
back, Fred. I got this from a charity shop years ago.
Yeah, they're all in
Limited
there.
edition. Have a look at some of them, Fred.
you
It
seen the
starts
label?
with Berry. Yeah, it's the map. It's the not the.
Of Detroit. But look at the label.
I'm telling you, I'm showing the real.
What do you know about the label?
It's more rarer than the cheap one.
Yeah, that Motown is how the label is in the States.
Yeah,
They
sure.
have never seen the black and silver Tamla Motown label that we have in Great Britain. It's
So
a
if
British
anybody wants to make me a bid for this limited edition 4C album CD,
Worth a few bob, that
never play. And it starts with Money by Barrett Strong.
Down,
Funny
down, down,
enough.
down, 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 down,
You got
down,
Smokey
down, down,
Robinson.
Which Smokey Bob is it?
Good Lord, you're really old on me.
You
Shop
really
around,
got
Please as a postman,
old.
Playboy, Stubborn Kind of Fun, Come and Get These Memories, Fingertips.
Come and get these memories of Martha and the Vandellas.
Are we starting bids at 50p?
Yeah. And then it goes up to, it goes through all the eras. It stops in 1970, which is a good
Last
place
one.
to stop. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Diana Ross,
Yeah, Janet, the go-go dancer at the Barbarella, used to do a great performance to that.
with her clothes on.
During it and after it.
I Wish It Would Rain, that was a great song, that one.
Temptations.
Yeah.
Doom, 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 digga, doom, doom.
Psychedelic Shack. Oh, I like that.
I didn't like that.
Oh, I did.
That was when the
Fear in
Temptations
the air,
started going
tension everywhere. Psychedelic.
acid. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's all that lysergic LSD that you used to drop on blotting paper and all that
that's the one,
nonsense. But they reckon the Beatles, the Sgt. Pepper album was based on a lot of...
not just that album, a few more of them.
Go on.
Oh, it's great. Shotgun. Stop.
Shotgun
In the Name
was-
of Love.
Shotgun was Junior Walker and the All-Stars.
Baby Love, Supreme.
I went to see Junior Walker.
Dancing in the Streets.
He was at the Davenport Theatre in Stockport.
Can I
and he
Get
was
a
miming.
Witness? Who was miming? That was, I said
Junior
that, wasn't
Walker.
it? I thought it was me.
No, Can I Get a Witness was Marvin Gaye.
Mickey's Monkey.
Mickey's Monkey.
Lam-da-lam-da-la. That one.
Dum da dum ba dum ba dum dum dum.
Always reminds me of the film Mean Streets, Scorsese film with young Robert De Niro in it. Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, go along with
That
that.
music, as you said, friend, it's
Do
like a
that
Madeline
Mickey's
moment. Yeah,
Monkey.
Mickey's
Do you know
Monkey.
my favourite all-time track? Heatwave.
I think that's.
I think it's a
Martha
great
Reeves,
record
yeah.
to get up and in
like
the
that,
morning
go
if
like
you've
that.
got yeah.
Pardon me.
It's like a heat wave. Fantastic piece of music.
Bids,
Yeah, bids.
friend. You've got a psychedelic cover where I spilt some bleach on it.
Yeah.
Now, don't ask what I was doing with bleach.
I know what you were doing with it. You were tie-dyeing your bus conductor's jacket when you packed in at the buses for fiddling.
Oh, it's great talk about music. And as you quite rightly said, friend, I can hear an album, a single, 45 as they still call them, on the wireless, as they still call that. I think, bloody hell, I remember that. That takes me back to a certain club, pub, or era. And, you know, it's bang on.
Runaway train went over the hill and she blew.
Children's favourites, Uncle Matt, God above. Hated that. I couldn't wait to grow up.
Diddling.
I couldn't wait to grow up.
What? Do you know Derek McCulloch?
Uncle Derek.
Uncle Mac.
Yeah, same
No,
thing.
it's not. It's Uncle Mac. He actually had a shrapnel wound all the time from the war, and when he was doing that, he was in excessive pain, I believe, when he was doing the broadcast.
I was listening to it.
Hey, look at that. Pull a blade on me, eh? I was watching The Wizard of Oz. Hey, I saw some cracking films over the Christmas period. Listen to this one. You want to watch it if ever it comes out. It's fantastic. It's called The Great Escape. And the other one that you want to watch is called
Zulu.
Where Eagles Dare.
Oh, dreadful.
Zulu.
Dreadful.
Yeah, Men of Harlech.
Zulu. That's a great film, Zulu.
It is a good film.
It's the same old trotted out night.
Do you know all the warriors that were in the Zulu extras? They were all real warriors, and they were all followers of the tribe of Chief Buthelezi. Honest.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not pulling your legs, true that.
Believe you.
Oh, I'll pull a knife
Oh,
on me, eh?
another record I'd like to mention now, Missa Luba.
Go on.
It was in the film If. I had it on...
If with McDowell.
Yeah.
Roddy McDowell. Not
It's
Roddy.
Belgian
Malcolm
Congo
McDowell.
music. Sanctus, Sanctus. Is that him, Sanctus? Cal, I'm sure you can afford to slot in 30 seconds of Missa Luba by the Sanctus by the Missa Luba
It's going to
choir.
cost me a fortune in,
Oh, will it?
in
All right.
royalty fees, but
Well,
I'll do it.
All right.
Coiceli pandis osteum, vita dulcedo, et spes nostra ostia, da nobis odie.
That was the B-side.
Oh, clemens, oh, ostia, vita dulcedo. That was from Benediction.
It's been a good month nicking the lead off church roofs. So
Did you go to Benediction or did you wag it?
This year?
No, any time.
When as a kid.
As a
I
kid, did
Yeah,
you?
as a child, I did, yeah.
It was boring, wasn't it?
Very
Benediction?
boring. I've got to admit that. Very bit.
Do you know what I used to like when they put the incense in and the smell of the
Oh,
incense?
yeah,
I used to like that bit.
I still like a bit of incense.
And I wish they would bring it all back. I love the Wit Walks. They were fantastic.
I thought you were going to say the Tridentine Mass then.
No. Do you know what I hate doing? Going to a Requiem Mass when somebody's died.
Oh, yeah.
I find them long, drawn out and boring. And to be honest with you, I've been going to a lot of funerals, like Danny Grayson, Ray Parry, Gary McDougall. I don't want to say how many I've been to this year, but I've been to that many. My suit's smelling of boiled ham, honest to God. And I go now, and I prefer the celebrant, where they don't bring religion into it, because I think where religion's concerned, you can say in your own prayers up here for the departed, but when a celebrant's there, unless they're talking about somebody who they don't know.
I don't like that anyway. I was at a funeral recently, weren't we? I won't mention the person's name.
I know who it was, the Sea Cadet guy.
No, I'm not saying. And the person, the celebrant, had never met the man or woman, and had spoke to members of the family, and it was just all the usual old trite stuff trotted out. It's like if someone hadn't met you and spoke to Joan or myself and said, "Oh, what's Fred like?" And, "Oh yeah, he did this," and it's not. It's lacking. Like, you want your family members up, standing up and doing something, not some.
You do, but sadly, most family men, they've not got the temerity or the guts to deliver it.
Well, don't bother. We'll hold our memories and let's play something like Anarchy in the UK. Or
I don't like people that get up and read a poem. I don't like that.
I'm going to do my own. They've got in Agecroft. They've got two.
This took a dip, didn't it, from Tamla Motown and the Twisted Wheel? We're on about suicide and death.
They've got two screens in Agecroft, so I thought if I film my own thing.
Oh yeah.
And then when it comes to it, I can put it on, and I can just say to them what I feel about them.
Right, let's get back to the music.
Could you not have a ventriloquist knocking on the coffin?
Yeah,
well, I was thinking about doing that. Check I'm still alive.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Or a mobile phone in it.
I'm going to ask you a simple question now, Flynny.
I'm a simple man, Fred. I'm a simple man.
Explain it the best you can.
Very simple.
What is soul?
Oh, that is a good question, Fred. I think it's a feeling you have, isn't it, really? Soul. That's how I could describe it. It's a feeling for life, music, anything. Soul. You got to have soul. What is soul?
I think it is. I think it's something that moves you. It's got soul. You can't describe it, but it was in the 60s. What is soul? And even the best soul artists at the time couldn't describe what it was. And some guy just said, it's a feeling. It's what you get. It's what you feel. But there's so many good soul records. Just as much as the fast ones, the dancers, the 140 beats per minute ones, you also got the slow stuff like the Reverend Al Green, who can sing How Can You Mend a Broken Heart better than him. The Bee Gees wrote it, but who can sing it better than Al Green?
So I did witness the other witness. I saw on the telly the other night, James Brown on the Tammy Show doing I Feel Good. My God, it's like he's got... How does a man dance like that? He just floats.
Why does a brother get up and do my thing? I want to get into it, man. You know, like a sex machine, moving, doing it. You know, can I count on? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. Get up, get on up, get up, get on up. He was very light on his feet, James Brown, but he had a habit of shooting women.
These days.
He used to shoot women, didn't he? With his
gun. They've all done it. Fred.
I know. It's like Phil Spector. I feel sorry for him. He was only having a bit of fun with his gun. I know.
Dead now, Phil.
And so's Ronnie Spector.
Yeah?
Yeah, she died out of the Ronettes. They're all going. They're all going.
It's age.
They're all doomed. Doomed.
It was.
I know his Native American cousin, Chief Inspector. Never mind.
20 minutes we were thinking.
I know. You can't beat spontaneity, and there's nothing like spontaneity, and that was not like it, was it?
So, I loved it. I was, how can I put it, these clubs that you used to frequent, the Wheel, I got turned away from the Wheel, I'll be quite honest with you, the Brazen Nose Street.
Yeah.
The doorman said, you're too young, son. It might be the short pants, I don't know. But he said, you can't come in. I had a sit one and everything.
Flynny, it opened in 1963 in Brasenose Street, and I think it shut about 65 and moved to Whitworth Street.
Well, I'd have been
so
14.
You could have been there between 63 and 65. Now, if it was 63, you'd have been later. 12.
No, I thought it was a bit later, Fred. I thought it was about 66. I'll just finish. Because I had a Saturday job at the Co-op New Century House, New Deansgate House, a Saturday boy, and there was a bit of fiddle, and I bought a suit, and I thought,
where did you get the suit from?
No, it's what do you call it, place off Brown Street. It's only a cheap one.
Ivers,
that was the one.
Stolen from Ivers.
Well, I paid
Jeff's
for it.
boutique.
Paid
Jeff
for
Cohen
it.
had
I
one
paid
down,
for it.
Is that the one next to the crematorium?
So
was it parallels and a single vent up the back? Was it a mod suit?
Yeah, single vent.
Yeah, in
Tap-
made in
tap.
Trevera.
Oh,
That was the material, Trevera.
he
some
turned
new
me
thing.
away, Fred. I was upset. I thought,
You must have had a baby face then, Flynny, for that.
it's been said
And why
before.
would you get turned away? It wasn't licensed. It was
know
never
that, I know
licensed.
that, yeah.
Neither was the Oasis or the Young Frau. It was all
I also
coffee
had,
or...
I also had a friend from Weast give me his club card, to get in with.
Yeah, yeah.
Get away. He didn't say get away. I think it was, yeah, you're on. Go on.
Who was it? The
The
doorman, do you
doorman
know?
bouncer. I didn't know who the bouncer was. No. But I'd love to have gone in there because I never ever went in the Twisted Wheel. Or Oasis, to be honest, anyway.
They had the
I'd
Blues
love to have gone
Breakers on there.
Oh, yeah, I know all that. That's why I wanted to go.
Spencer Davis.
Yeah, yeah. I went to the MSG, but it was downstairs and the upstairs. But I wasn't a jazz. I didn't mind the
No,
folk.
I wasn't really. Jazz was too old for me.
Yeah.
It was...
Do you know what Tony was described as this week? Yeah, you know, certain blonde.
What?
Something about
Go on,
Lady-
tell us.
the widow's friend. I don't know. Something like that.
She said Tony is the married woman's fantasy, was it? Or something like that.
Something, yeah.
Something similar.
Really?
Yeah.
Something similar. Friend.
So yeah, alcoholism does that.
I know.
to you.
She wanted to break out the.
Can you justify that? Do you see a lot of these married women on the quiet? What are you into? Fertilisation or just friendship?
Most of them are not very quiet.
So married women find him attractive.
Apparently, yeah.
I'd heard
according
it
to-
with married men, to be honest with you. You know what it's
yeah,
like.
they do as well, apparently. Yeah.
What's your secret, Susie Q? Girls all seem to fall for you. That was Tweeny Twink, the advert from the 50s.
I think it's the tootable scarf, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
I think it was a joke, actually.
I think he looks a bit like Jack Douglas as well. And do you all like
Oh, aye,
That's
with his
how I
glasses
deal
on.
with. I hate that.
Hey, don't lose the Cyril Fletcher look.
I hate that as well.
Benjamin Franklin?
He's a dead ringer for but if Benjamin Franklin, Cyril Fletcher, and Jack Duckworth walked into a pub, they'd all say, "Flynny, what are you doing
Get
here?"
him in. 20 years ago, it used to be Boris saying, now I'm reduced to Jack Duckworth.
Age shall not weary them at the going down of the sun. We will remember you, Flynny. It's true.
Remember that Typhoon Muldoon you were watching?
Yeah.
It wasn't her who said it, by the way.
I had somebody Warren Plant put a picture of me on Facebook
did?
from the beer cellar.
Yeah.
Fresh faced and black eyebrows. The only thing I've got left from them days is my black eyebrows.
What's this about you winning the Daily Mail Beard of the Year?
Oh, aye. What I did.
I'm surprised it's not a Tash Hitler.
No,
The black shirts.
the following year, Dave Lee Travis won the Pipe Smoker of the Year.
Right.
And he wrote to me, he said, hey, I believe you got the Beard of the Year. He said, how's this grabbing? He sent the cut and he got the Pipe Smoker of the Year. I had a massive beard, but it used to grow
Did
here.
you win it? Did you win
Yeah,
the Daily
yeah.
Mail?
Nationally, not just, it went round here, but it went up here. That's why I always shaved my cheeks. And on that very early photograph, it's just sparsy. I used to shave all my cheeks, but then I let it grow.
Was it a
When
full
I'm playing
moon?
the bagpipes.
A full moon?
Yeah. When I'm at the Northwest Area College in Stockport, we were fundraising for something, and I took my bagpipes down and playing them, piping them in. And all you could see was my mouth doing a big black trash and black all. And then somebody put me forward for Beard of the Year.
What did you win? Razors.
No. It was an accolade. I'll tell you who did it. Harry Goodwin. He took the photo and he submitted it. Beard of the Year. Harry Goodwin used to do all the music for Top of the Pops and the photographs. So, not the music, the photographs, the photography. He did all that with them. And it was his. They asked me to do the eulogy at church in Gorton.
Monastery.
Yeah, the monastery in Gorton. He had his funeral there, and Alex Ferguson was there, and Dennis Law. They were all there, all the top. You know, all the top Reds and all that lot. And they said, right, here's Fred Fielder wants to say a few words. I didn't want to say a few words. Harry Goodwin left in his will that he wanted me to say farewell at his funeral. So I went up, and he was a photographer at Top of the Pops. I said, well, Harry, this is probably the first time ever in your life I'm going to talk without you spouting and interrupting. I said, you've filmed them all, you've photographed them all. Jimmy Savile, Gary Glitter, Rolf Harris. Harry, you're a jinx. And the place erupted laughing, you know.
You're, you're getting the exposure. You need the photographer, I get it.
But he was a nice fella, Harry Goodwin, and I owed it to him to do that. And he'd done that. I think there was something. I think I got, I don't know what it was. It's something stupid like aftershave. Daft stuff, you know, like you said, razors. Anyhow, after I won it, I shaved it all off. And I went into a pub and the fella said to me, "You can have lemonade and crisps on in the garden, but you're not allowed in here." I think we were 26 at the time.
I bet you was the bouncer and won't let me in.
No, I can't understand why that doorman didn't let you in, because you weren't underaged. You could have gone in there.
Did you have to be 18?
No.
I know there was no bar on.
No, there was no bar. There was nothing. There was nothing to keep you out, Flynny. Now, let's talk about the clubs, the Alcazar, the Heaven and Hell, the 40 Thieves. Before that, the forerunners of all the discotheques was the Kona Coffee Bar, the Can that Slippers Kath used to run, Beat City. Now, Beat City was owned by Jimmy Savile, and Barry Collins had it after him. But when Jimmy had it, I said to loads of it was called
Jimmy.
the Three Coins. It was called the Three Coins. And I said to somebody once,
was this Fountain Street?
Yeah, that's why it's called the Three Coins, because it was in Fountain. 3 coins in a fountain. And I've asked people that loads of times, you know how it got its name, and they're clueless. And so you say, oh, aye, of course, 3 coins in a fountain.
The Blue Note was that.
The Blue Note was the old Shea Joey. The Shea Joey was run by Joey Plant, an ex-boxing booth fighter. He used to do a pound a round on the fairgrounds. He was a traveller. And he opened the Shea Joey, very, very popular club, later become the Blue Note. And it was on the same street as the blood transfusion service, and the name of the street was Gore Street.
Yeah.
G-O-R-C, it's a true story. And he had that, and it became, there was something else after the Blue Note. It became a big reggae. Reggae took over around about...
Late 60s.
Yeah, late 60s. I'd say around about 68, 69.
I remember Takis.
Oh, of course I do. Takis was... Patakis, the guy, the Greek Cypriot that owned it.
And Topper, I used to go there.
Yeah, top of the town. That was Gary Lane. Gary Lane wasn't his real name. Nobody knows what happened to him. But Paul Pender, who was at the Takis and scene and Rafters and all that. And I wish Pete Smith was here now, because Pete would tell you, he's worked all them Fagans and all that lot. But Paul Pender ended up running something called the Black Sheep Wolf Place in Warrington. He's made his money selling wool. And the other guy, Dave Cave, that used to be the DJ at the time and place, he's now in Hong Kong, and I believe is a millionaire selling kids' toys. That's how he started off, just digression. Not a particularly good DJ, Dave Cave.
But did you go to, Cal? Did you go? You were more into ease, weren't you, and all that, and rave?
Me?
Did you go to Mr. Smith's, Warrington? Or,
yeah, Hitman and Her.
Remember
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to Wigan Pier?
Twice, I think, but it was,
My son used to go to those.
it was a bit...
Pete Waterman
It's not
was
really a
running
pier,
Mr.
is
Smith's.
it? It's,
No, it's far from it being a pier.
And Michaela Strachan.
I was looking
And
forward
then there
to
was
it.
the black guy that
Carousel
had the
News.
blonde wig on that did all the dancing, called Clive. Do you remember him?
Clive, yeah.
He was at the front of...
He's from Salford, wasn't
Still going, Clive.
Yeah.
Is he? What's he
Yes,
doing?
I had no idea, but
Time,
he's still doing his dancing and stuff, apparently.
It was good, the Hitman and Her. I used to like it. I'd get him from my gigs, and it'd usually be on about 1 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it? And that great Time Rider, it was called, the insert into it, the intro.
Live
from
Mr. Smith's in
Warrington. Great.
Let's face it, people only watched it for Michaela Strachan.
Do you know who did it for me? Who was the first disc jockey that really impressed me?
Don't say Jimmy, please. You said it twice.
Not half. Greetings, pop pickers. Not half.
You beat there.
My Nicey and Miss Smashing.
Especially a
Smashing
nicey
Daisy,
there.
man. Yeah.
I did an interview with Alan Freeman. I think he was a New Zealander.
Fluff.
And he came over and he was great. But a
Fluff
big
and
mate of Dave
Sherry.
Eagers. He helped Dave Eager when Dave did radio on Blackburn. Tony Blackburn had to go in hospital for some remedial operation. And Dave took over. I was only chatting to him the other day on the phone about this.
Right.
And Alan Freeman, he said, Alan Freeman was a belting fella. He gave me loads of tips and what to avoid and all the rest of it. And you didn't get that much. There was a big ego thing amongst disc jockeys. Now, most disc jockeys who used to say, have you ever seen him work? And the answer is no, because on a Saturday night, you were working as well, so you didn't get that
He
venue.
had the best show intro of them all.
Who's that?
Sign of the Swinging Cymbals. Sign
Sign
of the Singing Swimble. I said it.
Swimbles?
Cymbals.
It's easy for you to say.
Better
At
you
the
go.
sign of the swinging cymbal.
I said, friend.
Yeah, it was on Pi International, a blue label. Greetings,
Was it
pop pickers.
was
Not
it a
off.
pink label, was it?
It's a shame, you know, because he died. He didn't have any family or anything like that, and he died in that famous.
Yeah, mate.
That what's it called?
Car crash.
No, it's a famous like home for Richard O'Sullivan's in it now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Going for the terminally groovy.
Yeah, and he died in it.
Where all the old people at Parliament.
Yeah.
Parliament.
Where all the old people live.
Yeah, the Houses of Parliament, the House of Lords.
I'll tell you another fellow who died penniless.
I tell you who struck me as being a git. Alan, what's his? I love to punch him. Mr. Blobby fellow, what was his?
Oh, Blobby, Blobby!
Noel
Edmonds.
What a smug get he was.
Well,
I'm
I
allowed
don't
to
know.
say that. No, he always struck me as being a right smarmy get. You know, at school you'd want to dig him. And
He made a lot of money, but he also made a
bad.
bad commercial error in some business plan
He's
that
got,
he
he's
did.
got all these cosmic
it-
things
wasn't
now.
it-
Where you write sing on your hands, haven't you? And,
Wasn't it Blobby World?
Blobby World, yeah.
He
Yeah.
did Blobby World, didn't he? Wasn't he in Morecambe or somewhere?
It
like
died,
that?
didn't it? It didn't take off.
Good.
You know, Morecambe.
Yeah, I thought it was a great character because all the sound of Mr. Blobby was taken inhalation. Oh, Blobby, 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 Blobby. So he
It
actually
was
took
shite.
me.
Sorry. It was rubbish. It
You
was.
just got a thing against pink and yellow, haven't you? I think that's what it is.
Pink and brown, friend.
No, it's pink and yellow. Oh, sorry. Bit slow there, wasn't it? Sorry, viewer.
That's a
I do
snooker
apologise.
term. What's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
snooker
it is a
term?
snooker term. Behind the brown, yes, of course. Yeah.
No, I didn't like. Let's state that I let the records show. I couldn't stand Noel Edmonds. I still don't. That's it.
I'm indifferent. It doesn't
John
bother
Peel,
me.
I loved. I thought he was great.
John Peel was a bit heavy for me. He used to manage a
not-
band that was very well known to me called Stack Waddy.
That what I know.
Do you?
Vinnie Cavanagh's brother, John.
John
Dale.
Cavani used to wear a toupee.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He did, Johnny. Great band. I'll tell you who else was in it. Wasn't
John Nails, who's called himself.
Stuart
as
Ray
well.
Banham in it? That was out of the
Sure.
the
album was called Bugger Off.
yeah. Stuart Ray Banham. He was out of the Chariots. It might have been. I might be wrong. And
It was John
but
Nails
Stack
or
Waddy, he
something,
took
yeah.
him under his wing. John Peel.
A Dandelion label.
Yeah.
So you do know a bit. Dandelion label. It's quite a very collector's label, that now.
Do you reckon?
It is, I know it is. What happened to your vinyl and your other stuff?
Flogged it all. I don't regret it. Most people do. I had about 40,000. I had loads and loads. A lot of it was advanced promotion. When you're doing the radio, you get stuff sent to you, whether you want it or not, you know. A lot of it I used to give away as prizes on, you know, if you want to win that Motown album. I probably got it sent me from EMI. A girl called Joanne Taylor. I was very, very friendly with her. She used to send me loads of stuff. I never paid for anything. But I had stuff by Hoagie Lands that was advanced promotion. I wish I still had that. I was a mug for letting it go. And I had a like Chubby Checker at the discotheque. It was a monster. Everybody was after it. I had loads of collectible records and I just let it go. And I don't regret it because all I've got to do is say, Alexa, play Darryl Banks, Open the Door to Your Heart. And it's all there. And for an extra £3.95 a month, you can join Amazon. And the music is unlimited.
I know, but I like the static, the feel, the crackle, the pop when I put the stylus on. And
You're a bit of a Rice Krispies fan, aren't you?
yeah, really.
It is. The vinyl has that magic. As soon as you put it on, when you go on YouTube and you hear it crackling before the actual track comes in. A lot of people, let me just tell you now why DJs wear earphones. In the old days on turntables, you wore the earphones. You played the record. This one's going out live over the PA. See, that's loud. This one's in your ear. And you play it, and just as it starts, you wind the table back 1.5 turns. And then they say, here they are, ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles. Boom, ding, straight away. And it's for cueing the records in. But in a studio, in this ear, you're doing the same thing with your music. But in this ear, you've got a producer telling you that what you're doing wrong. You know, so that's the difference between broadcasting. You know, but a lot of the stuff that I've said about that I've been putting on Facebook recently has inspired Dave Gresti. Loads of people. If you weren't a DJ at the time, you were a club goer.
Yeah.
And the club goer like Gene Metcalf and Gene Quinn Sadler, people like that, they've put all likes, you know. And I just put a recent one on Gladys Knight. La la da 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 da. And Darren Goulden put on something about if it hadn't been for Gladys Knight and Midnight Train to Georgia, I would never have mentioned my daughter's name. Her name is Train. You got to thinking he'd called his daughter George.
Midnight.
Called a train because nobody else at school had the name. Quite a pearler for Darren, that, wasn't it?
That's what I used to like, were Robinson's records. Remember that on
Doreen.
Blackfriars Bridge?
Bangham and Angham.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I remember it very well. I used to get a lot of my old gold from there on the yellow label.
You used to get a lot of the American imports with a cut in them, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
that. Oh,
I used to go there and have a look through all
After
the
Robinson, he had shops in Eccles. He also had a recording studio in Eccles. Did you know that?
Well,
In
did you know
Patrick
that he lived on Chapel Street in a big flat up above near the Salford Arms that's still there, and he's got a little private garden at the back. I don't know whether he's still living in it.
Would you be surprised to know that he's died?
I wouldn't be
Spain.
surprised. Has he died?
I believe so.
Yeah. And there was, I'll tell you who was in vogue at the time in Manchester, and everybody that was anybody used to go in on a Saturday, was Ralph Mendelsohn. Ralph's Records
Ralph's
on Todd
Records,
Street.
yeah.
Just round the corner from the Espresso Bongo coffee bar. He had his midnight blue MGB parked outside with a Bermuda glass top on it. Fantastic. I really envied him for that. I never, and I was never jealous, but I thought...
You were.
No, I didn't.
You were.
I thought, I want to get one
Did
of
you
them.
scratch it?
I want to get one of them MGBs. Anyhow, when the time came, I bought an E-Type. I thought I'd go a little bit upmarket, and that was it. I loved
you
it.
do, yeah. Do you remember Hyman Addison's?
Of course I do, very well. Noah,
Rare-
his
Rare
name was Noah.
Records.
Now,
Rare
Hyman
Records.
Addison was the father, Noah Addison was the father of Barry Ansell, who had Barry's Record Rendezvous on Blackfriars Street opposite the Crown Pub. He was the other one. Barry's Record Rendezvous. There was Gary Lane at Spinning. You could buy all the records from Spinning. Other than that,
Rare Records, remember that?
yeah,
That
but
was a
that was
great shop,
trade.
that.
It was trading under a name. You'd go in there thinking you could get a rare record, and they'd say, "Well, what's the catalogue number? We'll order it for you," and all that lot. And they might get it, and they might not. So, Rare Records was just a name for it.
I always the shop left from there. It was a good shop, that.
Yeah.
I mean, always shop there, Carl.
Oh, yeah.
Good really.
But Hyman Addison was
I'll
at the top
let
of
it
John
out.
Dalton Street,
Yeah,
just on the
that's right,
corner of not Corporation Street, Cross Street.
There used to be another good record shop
Go on.
in Barton Arcade. It became the Westerner Boutique.
Oh, I remember the Western.
can't
I
think
don't
of
remember it being a record.
Yeah, because I bought my brother Peter, who influenced me a hell of a lot in music. Jesse Fuller album, San Francisco Bay Blues, Walking
Right.
My Baby Down San Francisco. Got that in there because he had a great selection of import American stuff.
Yeah.
Because he was heavily into Dylan. It'd be about 65, 66.
Do you know how it all came about? American imports. Salford Docks.
Well, that's...
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I understand that because the same with Liverpool, don't they? They claim all that. As
Got a
well.
lot of ships coming in from America and that. A lot of the sailors brought these. There was a fella called Levy. What was his name? Ian Levine. And he was a Jewish guy. And as most Jews have got a good business mind, he decided to go over to the States and he bought all these obscure soul records.
No, hang on. You're going to Wigan Casino. That was the 70s. That.
No, this was before
Levine.
that. Ian Levine had the Blackpool clubs. He had all that. He used to have
This
Edwin
wasn't
Starr
the
in his
60s.
pocket. Yeah, late 60s.
know,
Don't
but-
forget, Wigan Casino didn't come out till 73.
72, yeah, whatever. But I'm going back to like when you used to get one of my favourite labels was the Pi R&B. You know, the red and yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
But he used to get these really obscure. Again, I doffed my cap to my brother Peter. He used to come home with these. I don't know where he got them from. Great records. You know, Dylan and then, but it was like Sugar Pie de Santo and
I remember it.
it'd be Chuck Berry and it was lovely. I
It
like
was
the
a
music.
very. There's what I call the plastic period, which was from 1961 to 1963. Nothing was happening. Bobby V didn't know whether or not he wanted
sorry,
somebody
yeah.
to take good care of his baby or share.
Out of his ointments.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And what changed it all was the advent of a record called Love Me Do.
Beatles, yeah.
That came in and I said, who's the Beatles on this red Parlophone label? Who are they? And then you get the harmonica. Na, na, womp, 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 womp. And I thought, this is good, this. And then I went to a coffee bar called the Now or Never on, not Cateaton Street, Cannon Street it was, upstairs about 3 floors up, and they had this jukebox on. And I went in, it was only about 14. And this record come on. Da, 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 da. Please, please me. And every time it was, they must have added it. They must have put sixpence after sixpence after sixpence in because it kept playing every record. Please, please me. And these people were it was a toss-up between doing the shake and the jive, or the mashed potato, or the
You're not doing that.
yeah, there was loads of different
The
dances.
frog. The frog.
The frog, yeah. None of them took off, and I think the only
Shake
thing,
a tail feather.
yeah, the Beatles with this advent, and it changed the entire industry. Changed. People were aware of these four lads that
Where are
shook
they
the
now?
world.
Did they ever make it?
Yeah, I think so. Tragically, two of them died. Two are still alive. Ringo still looks good. He's 80, isn't he?
He's old, yeah. Tragically, Paul McCartney's still putting stuff out.
And that other girl that he married, that Barbara Bach, she was gorgeous. Her Ringo's
Ringo's.
down.
I
Oh,
thought
a
you meant-
lovely looking girl.
I thought you meant Paul McCartney's.
No, well, Paul's been a bit unlucky, hasn't he, with Heather Mills and all that lot. And
Unlucky.
I think he only ever had one love in his life, and
Linda.
that was Linda
Linda
McCartney,
McCartney,
with the
yeah, I agree with that,
vegetarian
yeah.
sausages. You know, I think Paul McCartney has always played with a straight bat. I think he was really devoted to Linda McCartney. I really do. And I think this Heather Mills was a rebound. She had him over for a few million, didn't she? But what the hell he
Get
could
his leg
afford
over. She couldn't.
Yeah, he was only £1 million behind the Queen, wasn't he? And do you know how much he gets a week for royalties? Just for yesterday alone, something like that. He gets something like 500 grand a week played worldwide.
Is he happy though?
No, he can't be happy.
Can't be happy.
Money don't make
Is
you
he
happy.
sat here in your kitchen freezing, drinking Stella?
Sorry about the heating. It's not. Nothing's working. It's not. You should have put a cardigan. Oh, you have. Look at Carl. He's got his cagoule on. Look. So put your cap on.
I brought me hat.
It is cold.
No,
isn't it?
it is.
But
So
you're a
you know,
Salfordian.
I know that.
The thing is with you, Flynny, you've forgotten what Salford was all about because when
I
we were
have.
kids, yes, you have.
Give it all
Because when we were kids, there was ice on the inside of your windows in
Yeah,
the morning
yeah.
when you
He's
woke
got
up.
double glazing now. It's,
I know he has. He's
don't
spoiled.
want,
He's spoiled.
I don't want to return to it though. Look at the heck.
Well, welcome back.
Progression.
Those golden days are back again.
Cold comfort.
He used to tickle me. That what was his name? Murray the K. Hey, target out the 10th hour. It's 53 degrees and 15 minutes for the Big Boss Hour. And where were you when the sound was number one? Daft. And then Roscoe came on the
Oh,
scene
that
in
Roscoe,
Great
eh?
Britain. Did you like him?
I did. Yeah.
He copied everything off Wolfman
Jack the Wolf, yeah. Wolfman Jack, yeah.
Real name Bob Smith. Did he ever tell you the story about going over to see him in
He
W?
did. But tell me again.
Okay. I went over to WIBX radio in Los Angeles, and he was the DJ, Wolfman Jack. Real name's Bob Smith. And he used to talk like that. Hey, baby, we got somebody coming in from the BBC in England. His name is Fred Field, and he's going to talk to us about the music scene. And as he's saying this, I've got the radio on in this Chevy Citation, only a little car. I didn't want the big Yanks thing.
I don't
Got this Chevy Citation, and I'm putting petrol in. This big sign above saying Exxon, EXXON. And as I'm putting it in, he's saying, hey, Freddie's coming in. He'll be tuned in about 30 minutes. He's on his way. And just as he said that, I'm filling it up, there was an earthquake. Only a little thing, but I remember looking up at this Exxon sign. It was swaying like that, really swaying. And the attendant came out. All you folks, everybody okay? Everybody okay? And he was visibly shaken and that. And straight away,
Free petrol.
on the radio comes Wolfman Jack. Now, if y'all don't get out of bed, I'm going to do that again. It was brilliant. You
I thought I'd
couldn't
have
thought
put
it that quick.
earthquake on. Right?
No, it wasn't an earthquake, but
I know.
he made it sound like if you don't get out of bed, I'll do it again. It was brilliant. Nice fella, and he had his wife working with him, the Wolf
Because
woman.
he toured with the Beatles, didn't he? He was
Murray the K did.
one of the came, sorry.
Yeah, not Wolfman Jack.
Yeah, he was.
The Wolfman.
Didn't he appear in Battlestar Galactica as well?
Who?
See, it's season 2 Battlestar Galactica. He played himself.
Wolfman Jack.
Yeah.
He was in American Graffiti with Ron Howard.
No,
You know the
played
other one we
himself,
mentioned,
didn't
Roscoe, wasn't his father Pasternak or
Joe
something?
Pasternak,
Yeah.
film producer, yeah, very well known, very affluent, and Joe Pasternak.
Roscoe.
Yeah, Roscoe, Roscoe. I remember coming out of the New Century Hall and we went for it was in my Jaguar, and I picked him up.
The E-Type friend?
No, it was my Mark II Jaguar, the white one that I used at the Barbarella.
We don't want that one.
And I was driving over to the Juicy Bridge. Do you remember that?
Do?
And it was only a stone, so my car
Bottom
broke
to
down.
those.
He said, I think you ran out of gas, man. And he was right, I had. Didn't have any petrol in it. I had a fabulous flash car, not enough money to put gas in it. That's not true. You got 3 gallons for £1, 6 and 8 pence a gallon it was in 1970. 3 gallons for £1. Shell Mex was even cheaper.
You're only 10 quid a week, though, won't
Do you know this thing about a friend of mine said that he was getting a lift off a cab driver, and the cab driver said, "Would you mind if I called into the garage? I'm a bit low on petrol." He said, "Yeah, not in any hurry. Take your time, go on." He said, and they got into this garage up in Radcliffe, and when he got there was about 5 or 6 different blokes all filling up, all private hire guys. So he said to him, "Why do you all come here?" He said it's the best mileage that you get from Shell, not Shell, from BP. You get, and then I got to thinking about it, and the stuff you buy at Tesco is like a lower quality. So I put BP in mine, and it was. I don't know whether it was psychological, but I seem to feel I was getting more mileage. In the old days, it used to be octanes, 97, 98, 99. And the higher the octane, the better the ignition. The better the ignition, the more economy. How that works nowadays, I don't know, but I think there are different grades of petrol. Yet somebody said to me, it all comes from the same refinery. They just have a different
It's all
name.
about the additives.
Is it? What, lead and all that lot, and unleaded? And
What did you fill it with today? Brandy.
Diesel.
Diesel.
Dirty diesel.
Is that what you're on?
Polluted,
Diesel?
polluted.
Do you know, they
I've
talk
got
about...
Eco Blue as well, so...
Oh, sorry.
They're talking about doing away with diesel. That's a load of rubbish. They'll never do away with diesel. Every wagon that delivers is a diesel wagon that delivers to Tesco and Asda and all those places. How are you going to do that? What are you going to do? Ban them and put them on petrol?
I ordered that one that I've got at the moment, and I said to them, "I want a diesel," because they had a diesel before, economical. And I tried to
sing to myself.
I tried to get the guy at Ford to say the word diesel, and it was impossible. Everything was, it's an AdBlue. Like, no, it's a diesel. Yeah, AdBlue engine. Yeah, the new AdBlue engine. No, it's a diesel. What's the fuel you put in it?
Yeah, they're trying to get you out of the
They
word
don't like
diesel.
saying the word diesel because it's got this bad name as being dirty. Even though my car's probably one of the
It's
cleanest
like
on the
Anthony
road.
Patrick Flynn. That's why everyone calls him Flynny. Because if you say Anthony Patrick Flynn, the next word should be send him down.
Followed by.
Followed by send him down.
Oh, I love these albums.
Where have you got them from? That is a classic, that. This
Oh,
is
I've had them years, Fred. Years.
Hey, we'll have to find out if there's any
years.
bidders for them, Carl, won't we?
I don't know, I'm not selling them. No.
Oh, I thought you put a
Starting
bid
at
on a
50p.
50p or something.
No, that's for the Motown Story one.
All right, okay.
Michelle Cantliff's up to £1.13 here.
Hey, this is 5 albums, Fred. I'll
had
just
that album.
say this, Freddie. You know your vinyl.
I do.
Mint. Choose any one, Fred. And it's got the American import label. And it's a limited edition, these.
Do you know what I used to do before I put them on? I don't know if I can still do it now. I used to go.
Spin 'em. You just did
I
it.
just do it like
You
that
did it, yeah,
before I put it on. Every LP I got, I went like that.
like a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Some of these have never been played, Fred, since I got them. Look at that, still toasting it.
Do you know the trouble is now though? Mind you, it's coming back, turntables. Very few
Oh,
people have a
that's-
turntable, do they?
Yeah.
Do you remember you used to put pennies on it to keep the weight of the stylus
2p
on?
I had man.
I've still got
Oh,
loads of stylus
yeah,
needles
just
if you want them,
quid.
Flynny.
No, I've got the one I was going to bring today. It's a little portable one, and the stylus is made out of graphite stone or something.
Mine was
Strange,
gold
isn't
ring Linko.
Was it? It would be, wouldn't it?
Proper ones.
Can I open my
Present.
Where is it?
over there behind you?
Of course it can.
The bag.
You mean you want to stand up and get it, yeah?
No, you open it. And then
Oh, God, Bennett, Fred.
Pull your trolleys up. You
I
can
can't,
park your
Fred.
bike there, Flynny. Look at it.
I'm not
It's a right
bothered.
crack in your
I'm
bum.
not bothered.
I know you're not bothered, but what about the viewer?
Sod him.
Yes, sorry. Leave him alone.
You want me to open this?
yeah, you can open it.
Fancy.
Surprise!
Plenty of sellotape on there.
Can I just say, first of all, before you do it, thank you very much to Glenn Glenn Kennedy for the
Do you want me to be like the glamorous hostess and point
Yeah.
to her and all that?
Oh,
Da, da,
move,
da, da, da,
move
da,
into frame
da.
a bit. Come on.
La, 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 la. That'll be a mug, that.
It's a mug. It is.
My ancestors, what, Flynny?
Ah,
My
from
ancestors are
Salford.
From Salford.
You can have that. They're not really.
My ancestors aren't from Salford. My ancestors are from Twickenham in London, and my mum was from Morecambe.
Stormtrooper beer. Get in.
Bloody hell, fire.
Have that as well.
Who's bought you that?
Glenn, this.
Is it for you?
Yeah.
Should I sample it while it's here?
Astro Light.
An Astro. Oh wow!
What does that do?
I don't know, but that's a USB. I think.
Oh, you think? Did you watch the Dam Busters over the Christmas period?
Oh, I don't think they'll be getting home, Fred.
Famous
Look at
grouse.
that whiskey. Oh, Glenn, why did you do this?
He's a very kind-hearted fella.
You
and I
know
wish
we're
you'd
gonna
stop.
drink it.
Not just
Fred,
yet, not just
Not
yet,
yet.
but I wish you'd stop. Heroes.
Oh, we like them, don't we, Fred?
Yeah, we do.
Cracking. Fantastic.
Oh, Hank.
There's another.
Astrolight.
Yeah, it's an astronaut. that
I've
goes
not
into
a
your
clue what
computer.
that is.
Well, open it up then. Come on.
I'm like the orphan at the wake here, Fred. Do that, do this. Oh, you don't want this.
Is it? Oh, look at that.
Chocolate money.
Pilot gold.
Oh, I don't like that.
What's them?
Oh,
Dolly mixtures.
Dolly mixtures.
It's a groomer's bag, this, isn't it?
You've got me, Glenn.
Haribo.
Oh.
Marmalade.
Oh, bit of marmalade as well. Oh,
You like
that's
sweets,
yum,
off
that.
Marmalade.
You like sweets, don't you, people?
Marmalade. Oh no, there's a bit more.
Oh, more? My mum said not to.
It's not marmalade, it's jam, Flynny.
Last but not least,
Some oh,
Victoria. Fred.
I had some Rover assorted over Christmas, but they were dog biscuits.
Right, throw them all back in now because you're not having them all. They're mine. Mine, all mine.
What's that paratrooper beer? That looks very... Open it up, let's have a look.
Stormtrooper.
What is it?
Beer.
Beer, Fred. You
Who
know,
make it?
Galactic Pale Ale. Made by your Mars.
Galactic. Mars? Well, it must be a
Let me
space
have a
drink.
look. I'll open it, yeah.
I'm being flippant.
Let him open it.
I don't want it.
Flynny, let him open it. Look.
I don't want it.
Look at his hands shaking in anticipation.
It will be. He's only human. Where's the mug, Fred? Have you used it? Come on.
Oh, you give it me?
Oh, you can have it if you want. It's
You
not
give it me,
mine.
didn't you?
It's not mine.
Did you give it? Is this? Did you? Have you give it? No, it's yours, isn't it?
These one Glenn's got me, I don't know.
No, but no, it's. What's it? It's Carl's.
I'm being flippant.
Oh, they're open. They're open. Oh,
What is it? Let's have a look.
Oh.
Oh, you got a glass with it.
a glass.
And what's the beer like?
No, not tasting it.
I'll tell you
So
what.
this is Christmas. Sing along, Fred.
That tin's worth a few bob. I know it's worth saving.
Fred, slot that.
What is it?
Slot it.
What does that mean? Slot it.
Yeah. Fred had just asked me what the term slot it means.
Yeah, slot it.
Galactic Pale Ale.
I've got some apple pie left, Fred.
That'll do
All
me.
right.
I'll have that later.
You can do.
Let's have a
Cheers,
look at the
man.
bottle, Carl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Do you want all these?
Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Do you want all these putting back?
No.
I reckon that what he's done here, Glenn, is
a
every
glimpse.
article and every prize that he's got is something to do with outer space because he knows you're involved in
It is.
sci-fi.
Yeah, it is.
Because you've got this astrolight wherever. Oh, he's put it back in, Flynny.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So are you cracking open the whiskey then?
These ones Fred's hidden.
Them ones that are hidden there.
All right, Fred. Well, you don't want them, do you, Fred? That's mine.
Famous girl.
Be rude not to open them, Fred, wouldn't it? With it being
Should we
cold.
open them then? Should we open them?
With it being cold and
There's
crispy.
3 of them.
One each.
Yeah, but will he drink? You know what he's like.
He will. And what we can do, we can toast the viewers good night, goodbye, and Vienna.
And a special one to Christine Hyde.
Yeah. That's it.
There's the famous grouse.
Yeah.
And here's the other famous grouse.
Smoky black, Fred.
Are we having them now?
Yeah, get a couple of glasses, Freddie Kings. You're only there by side. No. We manage.
Yep.
We'll toast them, Carl.
Carl, are you having a whiskey?
Yeah. Drives better when he's had a few, Fred.
I'm allowed a small one.
Teachers. What's
Teachers
that
what?
you got?
Teachers to drive.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun, dun, dun. dun, dun, dun,
Also
dun.
speak Zarathustra.
Yeah, that's right.
Where's it from?
Strauss,
Go on. Why?
2001.
Yeah, but what does it mean? Also speak Zarathustra.
Something about the descent of man, birth of man, or something, isn't it?
Do you know I could never understand the film? Keir Dullea.
Yeah.
Who was the other fella in it? Keir Dullea was.
It was nice to see he's had a tab of acid. Oh, still rolling. Hello.
Robert Beatty was in it as well.
Was
Where's Carl's?
Over there.
There.
Are you coming this side
Come
of
in,
the camera?
camera.
I'm fine. Oh,
Come in, camera.
Come on camera and celebrating.
We've all got to say
let's
goodbye.
wish our
and thank
viewer.
you.
Thank
you for all the
You know I
years.
don't show up on camera, so
Well, yeah, I put that over your head. And
Yeah.
pass it in. I can. No, the glass.
Oh, he wants you to pass in the glass. Drink it for him, Flynny.
I will
Save
do.
him a job.
just see if it's safe. Is it safe? Is it safe? What film's that?
Marathon Man.
Correct.
Laurence Olivier with Dustin Hoffman.
Okay, should we raise our glasses?
I'll just say to Glenn,
Yeah, Glenn.
thank you very much, Glenn. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Glenn.
Thank
And
you.
everybody else. And
Thanks for watching.
Here's to the home guard.
Yeah,
Ching,
crime
ching,
won't
ching,
solve
ching,
itself. But thanks for watching. and
Down in one.
Carry on.
Down in one.
Not about that, but. Cheers.